Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Today, we're gonna do the Cozy Christmas book tag. This tag was originally created by Call Me After Coffee. I don't believe that they still make videos, but I will link their channel down below if you want to check them out. All right. Basically, there's going to be things that you would associate with Christmas, and then a question that is bookish related to it. So, the first prompt is Twinkling Lights. What is the most beautiful book that you own? So for me, that book is The Winter Garden by Alexander Bell. And it's just very pretty. It's got, like the spectral tiger up top right here. And then it's blue and lovely with flowers and butterflies. And it's just really pretty. I think that's the prettiest book I own. Okay, the next prompt is The Perfect Tree. Will you pay more to get the prettiest edition of a book? For me, no. I'm not a book collector. I don't know, like 80% of my books I get from the library, and I get maybe 20% that I buy. And when I buy them, they're either I go to the used bookstore. I think like once a year I actually go on my birthday to get books, and I'll buy like maybe 5 or 6 new books. I don't buy new books a whole lot. I usually get a lot of used and secondhand just because, affordability and all that good stuff. But yeah, due to affordability, I do not seek out the most fanciest editions because I just can't afford it, let's be honest. All right, so the next one is Build a Snowman. Make a Christmas book stack, color or theme. And so instead of holding up a stack, I figured I would take a picture and put it here because that's easier. Should I have held up a stack and tried to go like this? Is that how one does it? I look like a doofus. Not just because I'm wearing the Santa hat. Anyway, next prompt is Crackling Fire. What book makes you feel warm and cozy? And when I think of warm and cozy, honestly, the epitome of it is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. That book will now be the warmest and coziest book ever. And I don't know that any book will soon replace it because it's just the coziest and rosiest and nosiest of books. Cozy fantasy about this orc named Viv, and she's done with her battle days. Those are behind her, and she wants to move into this town, open up a coffee shop, settle down to get some roots, have and live the slower life. And it's just such a wonderful book. If you haven't read it by this point in time, run, skip, hop, jump, go get it. It's so good. It's so cozy and rosy and nosy. I feel like you'll probably love it. Most people do. And if you don't, everybody has different tastes. That's okay. All right. So next is Knee High Socks. What is the longest book you've read? I always go back and forth on this, and I believe it is A Magica by Clive Barker. I never remember how many pages it is. It's like 800 and something. 890 something around there. Ugly Sweaters. What is the ugliest book you own? Now, I wouldn't call this ugly, but it's the most boring book cover I own. And that is The Wendigo by Algernon Blackwood. It's just boring. Like, it's red and black. That's it. I can't say I really have a book that has like a super ugly cover. This is just, it's not ugly, it's boring. I don't want to call books ugly, that's mean. Anyway, next is Blizzards. A book set in the winter, or a book that gives you the chills and has dark themes. Okay, so definitely Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. It is a thriller / horror. It's like a isolation kind of horror in the wintertime as the killer slowly picks off everybody one by one. Will anybody survive? Who freaking knows? And it's crazy. And I love Darcy Coates. Like, it's fast paced, it's creepy, it gives you the chills, and it takes place during the winter in the mountains. Who knows who survives? I don't know. You'll have to read it to find out. And then we have Home for the Holidays. For the rereaders out there, are there any books that feel like going home? For me, that would be, I have 2 of those. God, maybe 3. There are 3 books that I reread on a semi-regular basis, like once every few years. And they feel like going home because you return to these characters in the story, and it's that magic that keeps pulling you back in, And those 3 books are, one is A Magica by Clive Barker, which is one of my favorite books ever. Actually, all 3 of these are like some of my favorite books ever. Obviously, if I keep rereading them, I must love them. Otherwise, that'd be dumb. Why would I keep reading them? Anyways. And then the next one is The Voyage of the Dawn Treader by C.S. Lewis, which is from the Narnia Chronicles. And I, for some reason, have loved that book more than any of the other ones. And that one is one of my favorites. And I will just like read that one every once in a while. And then Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. That book is just a fantastic fantasy, and I love it so much. I love Neil Gaiman. He's like one of my favorite authors. Since this is a video that is going to be out on Christmas, and I never tag anyone anyway, maybe next year you can do this tag. Who knows? So, if you are a fan of tag videos, the next video coming up will be another tag video. So, stick around, check it out. And if you had fun hanging out today, hit that subscribe button. Come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.